How you doing? How you doing out there, viewer? Raider fan? Bronco fan? Well, listen. Thanks for clicking on my face. My name is Ronnie. I'm here to talk about the Raiders. Before we get into this, if you're new, here's what you need to know about me. I'm a Raider fan. I tell it like it is, okay? I have us going 9-8. Don't have us making the playoffs. I stand by that for right now. Here's what I will say, though. I had us winning this game. That's for damn sure. And I had us beating the Broncos 2 times this year again to make it 8 straight. And, we took care of business today. Was it the prettiest win? Absolutely not. They never are with us. But it was a win that we can build on as a team that's looking for an identity. And right now, the identity, I think it's Jimmy G. We'll get into that. We'll get into McDaniels. We'll get into Sean Payton. Here's what I want from y'all. Straight up, me to you. We're going to take the glasses off right now. I graduated college, and I'll tell you right now, I want this, me making videos for you, to be my job. I would love for that to be the case. But in order for that to happen, I'm going to need you guys to run up these likes and comments, okay? I'm not getting on my hands and knees begging for, scraps. I just know that with the amount of support I have out there, if you guys just hammer that like button and that share button and that comment section, we could really get this thing rocking and rolling. And I would love nothing more than for my full-time job to be making Raider content for y'all. We took a little hiatus and now we're back and we're better than ever. Okay, serious conversation over. Subscribe if you're new. Likes, all that good stuff. I want this to be my job. Let's get back into this now. This is going to be casual conversation because I'm going to turn the volume just to get a little bit louder here. Okay. This is going to be casual because, listen, winning is easy when you have the Jimmy G attitude. Let's just speak about Jimothy Garoppolo right now. He was pretty good. We had the whole Jimmy G experience. He gets hurt on the first drive and has to come out. The second he got hit and was holding his head, I was like, oh, he's out for the game. And Hoyer's the backup, and Aiden's the emergency quarterback. That was going to be a problem. And then he comes in, throws a touchdown. Then he throws a pick in the end zone. Then he gets Jacoby Myers killed over the middle. And somehow we win the football game. That is just how Jimmy Garoppolo operates as a quarterback in the National Football League. And listen, it's got him this far. He's a winner, and he just wins. He made a lot of timely throws, and here's the thing I'll say, and let's just get it out of the way right now. This is not a Saints podcast. This is not a Derek Carr podcast. This is the last time I'm going to bring this up. This is the first time I'm going to bring this up, and we're going to leave it at that. I don't know if Jimmy's better than Derek. Derek's better than Jimmy. He's got a better arm. Here's what I will say. Jimmy Garoppolo, and I feel like this is a fact, an undeniable fact. Jimmy Garoppolo looks way more comfortable in this offense. Am I wrong? You guys let me know in the comments. Tell me, am I wrong? I think he just looks like 1-2 out, 1-2 out. He just knows where McDaniels wants to go with the football. And for better or for worse, mostly for better today, he was absolutely letting it rip. I like what I saw today out of the offense. Josh Jacobs, listen, they stacked the box and they made Jimmy make some plays. Josh Jacobs had like 71 yards total receiving and rushing. We'll get him going. And once we get him going, maybe we sneak another win or two in that win column. Shock the world. Next week, Buffalo. We'll talk about that at the end. I thought Jimmy played well. He threw the pick in the end zone. He pressed a little bit. He tried to make a play when he didn't need to. Other than that, that last drive, unbelievable. He had the out to Devontae. He had a couple huge plays to Jacoby Myers. The scramble to end all scrambles. He slid in bounds. Anyone else? I know I just said I won't bring him up again, but I'm going to bring him up right now. Anyone else reminiscent of when Derek slid to win the game against Jacksonville, the last game ever in Oakland, but they called him out of bounds, even though he was in bounds, and he was throwing up the O, and the clock stopped, then it was a delay game. Anyway, Jimmy slides in bounds. Devontae picks him up. They're fired up. Him and Devontae seem to have a great relationship. I really liked what I saw out of Jimmy. And listen, I'm pretty sure we all said if he stays healthy, we could win some ball games now. It's just he got hit early. He had to come out. Then they rolled up on his left foot. That was a problem for a little bit. Let's just make sure Aiden O'Connell knows the playbook in case this guy goes down because we're going to be in trouble if he does. As much as Brian Hoyer, I think, is a capable backup, they were like, you're not throwing the ball, Brian Hoyer. We're just going to give this ball to the running backs, and we're going to call it a day until James runs back onto the field. I give Jimmy a B. He would have had a B plus A minus if he didn't throw that pick. His QBR was through the roof because he only had 6 incompletions, completed 77% of his passes. And he just looked pretty dang good. The receiving core, Jacoby Myers, what's good, brother? You are good, better than I ever would have known. I wasn't going to say better than I thought. I didn't have any thoughts on that. You're just a good player. And I'm excited to see what you can do in this offense. Devontae was Devontae. Patrick Surtain covered him pretty well all game. He's 6 for 66. It's solid. Hunter Renfro's non-existent. I don't love that, but maybe the game plan for this week dictated that. And once they start doubling Jacoby Myers and Devontae, then Hunter takes over. Michael Mayer didn't have a target. That's unfortunate because I started him in fantasy. Don't worry, I think I'm going to win anyway because I had your boy Travis Etienne and Aaron Jones, who also played very well today. But that's neither here nor there. Offensive line. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about how good the friggin' offensive line was, man. Jimmy was barely touched. A couple of times he had to scramble, but that was because the coverage was too good. It wasn't because the things were going haywire. On that last scramble, watch the play. There was like 6 guys blitzing, and he had so much time to throw the football. They had good coverage, and Jimmy scrambled and got the first. There was no spy on him. Obviously, there's no spy on him because he's Jimmy Garoppolo, but there was nobody lurking because everyone blitzed, and the line picked it up and played so well. Eleanor, what's good? What is good, bro? He came out and said, I'm going to play better, and week 1, he freaking played better against a pretty dang good front 4. Excuse me, I'm burping. Defensively, I'll be honest with you. In the beginning, I was ready to give up because it just felt like it was going to feel like last year, where if we don't score touchdowns and kick field goals, and especially if we don't score at all. I mean, when we had that drive where we went all the way down the field and then the Jimmy threw the pick in the end zone, I was like, oh, this game is OVR. And the reason I say that is because the defense gives up such long drives. I mean, we only had 3 offensive possessions in the first half, and the only one that we didn't score on is because Jacoby Myers fell down short of the line to gain when he could have easily had it. So all that to say, the defense lets up, like I said, such long drives. Even when they don't score, they take up 6, 7, 8 minutes, and you're like, oh, my God, half the quarter's over, and we're still playing defense. But they came up big at the end of the game. They only, if I'm correct here, kicked a field goal in the second half, missed another one, and that was it. 16 points. I mean, listen, the Denver Broncos aren't exactly the 2013 Denver Broncos, and everyone picked the Broncos to win this game. I understand Sean Payton's a good coach, but you need like skill position players to be good on offense. And Russ was pretty good today. He looked a little better than he did last year, and their running back's a nice little running back. He's not top 10. He's probably top 15. The wide receivers are terrible. Cortland Sutton's not it. Jerry Jeudy didn't play. I don't even know who their number 2 is. And their tight end's dog water. So why were the Broncos just all of a sudden like, yep, they're going to win this game? Of course, they're going to win this game. Everybody picked them, except me and you. Maybe even you didn't pick them. That's fine. The defense made some plays. Max Crosby did well. Ja'Cory Bennett had some highs and had some lows. Nate Hobbs was all over the field. Spillane had a big tackle in the backfield, and he missed the tackle. That was not great. And then Trayvon Merrick, we got to work on some things, brother. You're not doing it right now, but I think we're going to get better. He had that big tackle there on 3rd down to get us the ball back for Jimmy to lead us down the field the second time. This all leads me to Josh McDaniels and to a lesser extent Sean Payton. The onside kick was an absolute stunner. Didn't see that coming. I thought it worked, and my heart was in my throat. I wanted to throw up, but thank God it was illegal touching. And you're a scumbag, Sean Payton. You just wanted to have your little moment. Here's the thing about Sean Payton that I don't think people realize. He works so well with Drew Brees because Drew Brees doesn't have an ego. Drew Brees is like, yeah, you can be the star, Sean Payton. And Sean Payton was like sitting in his bed Saturday night, couldn't sleep, leaned over to his wife, hey, honey, I think, wouldn't it be cool if I did an onside kick tomorrow? Just like, remember the Super Bowl that I won? Remember that? Yeah, I'd like to go to bed, Sean. Can I go to bed? Okay. But the onside kick, don't you think that'd be cool? It's like, what? That's not necessary. He has that much faith in his defense. It's like, okay, and we went right down your throat. So next time, think twice before you're doing something like that. That's going to essentially lose you the game because it gave us an easy 7 right off the bat, and they never really recovered from it. Although at times it looked like they were going to win the game. This game was weird because it felt like we were simultaneously in control and losing by 100. And it felt like we should have won and also lost. It was a very strange game, but that's what you're going to get. Life as a Raider fan. Josh McDaniels. I saw someone call him Paul Blart today. That wasn't very nice. Funny, but not very nice. Coached a heck of a game, I thought. Offensive game plan was sick. Again, the only times that we didn't score. Let me see if I can go through the what's that called? The index? No. The Rolodex of memories of the drives. First drive was touchdown. Second drive was field goal. Third drive we got pinned, and Jacoby Myers screwed up and didn't dive head first. Then we got the ball back, drove right down the field. This is in the second half. Didn't score, picking the end zone. Then we got the ball again, scored a touchdown, right? And then we got the ball again, ran the clock out. Isn't that right? 6 possessions. I thought he had called an absolute masterful offensive game. He looks like he's finally comfortable with the quarterback under center. Say what you want about the former guy. The guy we got right now looked pretty dang good. Him and Josh had this thing rolling. It looked like the offense about in. And I thought he, managed the clock well. I thought he was just a good coach today. I mean, there's just not much there negative. If people are looking for something to nitpick, then go ahead and nitpick. I know Josh McDaniels has got this weird thing where people hate him for some reason because he didn't do a good job coaching 10 years ago or something like that. Drafted Tim Tebow. I get it. He was like 25 or whatever. He was like 12. He was like younger than me. Give him a break. Anyway, we're 7-0 against Denver in the last 7 times we played. Then we got Buffalo next week. Let's talk about Buffalo. Is there anything else I want to talk about in this game? No, not really. I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance, but I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that we ended up winning the game when we won it and how we won it with Jimmy scrambling, which is awesome. But I picked them to win this game. We needed to win this game to have any chance of having a really, really, really successful season. Because next week we got a tough opponent. Now listen, week 1's crazy, and week 2 you start to see the cream of the crop rise. So tomorrow, today, by the time you're watching this, the Jets are going to play the Bills. We don't know how either team's going to look. We assume both teams are going to be pretty dang good. Buffalo's good, obviously. Russell Wilson is not Josh Allen, and they have Gabe Davis, Gabe Davis is good. They have Stephon Diggs, who's really elite. Top 5 receiver in the league. Probably top 4. Here's the only way we can beat them. We got to get Josh Jacobs going. If we can keep Josh Allen off the field and not settle for field goals inside the 10-yard line, you almost have to go for it. You have to pretend like you're playing the Chiefs and just go for it when you're in there like that. If we can get JJ going, we have a shot. And we need to steal 1 possession. So we have to essentially win the turnover battle. Don't turn the ball over. If we do, we have to have 1 more turnover taken away than they have taken from us. And we have to get JJ going. Now, stealing a possession could be an onside kick, a fake punt, a 4th down, something like that. One of those things has to bounce our way because I don't think straight up turnover battles 0-0 if nobody steals a possession. I don't think we can beat them. I don't think our defense is good enough. It did not show me enough today. As well as they played in the second half, they did not show me enough to think we could just beat them straight up. We got to get a little, not desperate, but a little, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to get a little crafty, River Cray crafty. God, how about Tyreek Hill? Jesus, Jiminy Christmas. We'll get to the AFC in a second, the AFC West. We have to get a little crafty to beat them. Flea flicker. Did not work today. But we have a chance, I'm not going to pick us to win that game. I already said we were going to lose it. And then week 3, home opener, Steelers. Steelers did not look great. So maybe we got a better chance in that game than the national media would have you believe. If somehow we could steal this game against Buffalo, then we're rocking and freaking rolling. Next week, so we're 1-0. Everyone else is 0-1. I don't know who Denver has. Jacksonville plays Kansas City. That's in Jacksonville. Is it in Jacksonville? I might have made that up. Either way, tough out. Tough out, Kansas City. You're going to have your A game. They almost beat you last year in the playoffs. And the Chargers at the Titans. Now, the Chargers should win that game. They also should have a good defense, and they never do. Brandon Staley, what's up? So, you never know. Titans could shock the world there. And Denver sucks, so it doesn't matter where they play. That's all I really got. You guys comment all your comments. Like I said, I'm just being straight up again. Here, I'll take them off again. I'd like for this to be my full-time job one day, and the only way that happens is if we grow this freaking thing to the moon, and that's with you commenting and liking and subscribing if you're new, but only subscribe if you actually want to. If you don't want to, don't do it. It's okay. I'll still be here. But if you're new, would you please consider dropping likes, dropping comments, sharing this thing with everyone you know and love and you hate. Share it with your enemies. And, yeah, you know, I feel great. I can finally see because I put my glasses on. Jimmy Garoppolo, man. Exciting stuff. What do we got coming out? We got the Madden Sim. Hey, Madden Sim was right. It said we're going to beat the Broncos. We beat the Broncos. Madden Sim will come out on, what are we doing that? Wednesdays or Thursdays? I'll have to check. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. Week 2 against Buffalo. We'll see how that plays out. Update our rosters, the whole thing. I think that's it. So we'll see you for that Madden Sim. If I think of any other funny, weird videos to do, upload those as well. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. Love you guys. And I'll see you next time. And I kicked the camera. Goodbye.